The 12 Princes of the Tribes by Ginzberg. God, in his love for Israel, had frequent censuses taken of them, so that he might accurately estimate his possession. In scarcely half a year they were twice counted, once shortly before the erection of the tabernacle, and the second time a month after its dedication. 422, on the first day of the month of Iyar, Moses received instructions to take a census of all men over 20 who were physically fit to go to war. He was ordered to take Aaron as his assistant, so that in case he should overlook some of the men, Aaron might remind him of them, for 2 are better than 1. They were also to take as their subordinate assistants Eleazar and Ithamar, Aaron's sons, and a man each from the several tribes. These 12 men were appointed not only to conduct the census, but also to look after the spiritual welfare of their respective tribes, the sins of which would be upon their heads unless, with all their powers, they strove to prevent them. Moses and Aaron nevertheless adjured the princes of the tribes, in spite of their high rank, not to tyrannize over the people, whereas, on the other hand, they admonished the people to pay all due respect to their superiors. 423. The names of these 12 princes of the tribes indicated the history of the tribes they represented. The prince of the tribe Reuben was called Eleazar. My God is a rock, referring to the ancestor of this tribe, Reuben, Jacob's son, who sinned, but owing to his penance was forgiven by God, who bore his sin as a rock bears the house built upon it. The name of Eleazar's father was Shedur, cast into the fire, because Reuben was converted to repentance and atonement through Judah, who confessed his sin when his daughter-in-law Tamar was about to be cast into the fire. The prince of the tribe of Simeon was named Shelumiel, my God is peace, to indicate that in spite of the sin of Zimri, head of this tribe, through whom 24,000 men among Israel died, God nevertheless made peace with this tribe. The prince of the tribe of Judah bore the name Nahshon, wave of the sea, the son of Amminadab, prince of my people, because the prince received this dignity as a reward for having plunged into the waves of the Red Sea to glorify God's name. The tribe of Issachar had for its prince Nethanel, God gave, for this tribe devoted its life to the Torah given by God to Moses. Accordingly, Nethanel was called the son of Zuar, burden, for Issachar assumed the burden of passing judgment on the lawsuits of the other tribes. Corresponding to the occupation of the tribe of Zebulun, its prince was called Eliab, the ship, son of Helen, the sand, for this tribe spent its life on ships, seeking treasures hidden in the sand. Elishama, son of Ammihud, the name of the prince of the tribe of Ephraim, points to the history of Joseph, their forefather. God said, Elishama, he obeyed me, who bade him be chaste and not covet his master's wife that wanted to tempt him to sin, and Ammihud, me he honored, and none other. The other tribe of Joseph, Manasseh, also named their prince in reference to their forefather, calling him Gamaliel, son of Pedahzur, which signifies, God rewarded Joseph for his piety by releasing him from bondage and making him ruler over Egypt. The prince of the tribe of Benjamin was named Abidan, my father decreed, son of Gideoni, mighty hosts, referring to the following incident. When Rachel perceived that she would die at the birth of her son, she called him son of faintness, supposing that a similar fate would overtake him and that he was doomed through weakness to die young. But Jacob, the child's father, decreed otherwise and called him Benjamin, son of might and of many years. The prince of the tribe of Dan bore the name Ahiezer, brother of help, son of Ammishaddai, my people's judge, because he was allied with the helpful tribe of Judah at the erection of the tabernacle, and like this ruling tribe brought forth a mighty judge in the person of Samson. The tribe of Asher was distinguished by the beauty of its women, which was so excellent that even the old among them were fairer and stronger than the young girls of the other tribes. For this reason kings chose the daughters of this tribe to be their wives, and these, through their intercession before the kings, saved the lives of many who had been doomed to death. Hence the name of the prince of the tribe of Asher, Pagiel, the interceder, son of Ochran, the afflicted, for the women of the tribe of Asher, through their intercession, obtained grace for the afflicted. The prince of the tribe of Gad bore the name Eliasaph, God multiplied, son of Jewel, God is a witness, to reward them for passing over the Jordan and not returning to their property on this side of the river until the promised land was won. Their wealth was multiplied by God, For when upon returning they found the enemy at home, God aided them, and they gained all their enemies' possessions. God was furthermore witness that this tribe had no wicked motive when they erected an altar on their land. The prince of the tribe of Naphtali was called Ahira, desirable meadow, son of Enan, clouds, for the land of this tribe was distinguished by its extraordinary excellence. Its products were exactly what their owners desired, and all this owing to the plenty of water, for the clouds poured plentiful rain over their land. At the census of the people, the tribes were set down in the order in which they put up their camp and moved in their marches. The tribes of Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun formed the first group, the royal tribe of Judah being associated with the tribe of learned men, Issachar, and with Zebulun, which through its generosity enabled Issachar to devote itself to the study of the Torah. The second group consisted of Reuben, Simeon, and Gad. The sinful tribe of Simeon was supported on the right by the penance of Reuben and on the left by the strength of Gad. The tribes of Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin formed a group by themselves, for these, before all the other tribes, were destined to appear gloriously against Amalek. The Ephraimite Joshua was the first who was victorious against Amalek. The Benjamite Saul followed his example in his war against Agag, king of Amalek, and under the leadership of men out of the tribe of Manasseh, the tribe of Simeon at the time of King Jehoshaphat succeeded in destroying the rest of the Amalekites, and to take possession formed the last group, and, for the following reason, were united in this way. The tribe of Dan had already at the time of the Exodus from Egypt been possessed of the sinful thought to fashion an idol. To counteract this dark thought, Asher was made its comrade, from whose soil came the oil for lighting, and that Dan might participate in the blessing, Naphtali, full with the blessing of the Lord, became its second companion, 424. At this third census, the number of men who were able to go to war proved to be exactly the same as the second census, taken in the same year. Not one among Israel had died during this period, from the beginning of the erection of the tabernacle to its dedication, when the third census took place. 425, but no conclusive evidence concerning the sum total of the separate tribes can be drawn from this number of men able to go to war, because the ration of the two sexes varied among the different tribes, as, for example, the female sex in the tribe of Naphtali greatly outnumbered the male. 426.